guys, I know it's been a while, but welcome back to my channel. If I don't... This is so awkward. It's been a minute, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, there may be some people here that have forgotten about me, so you feel like you're new here, I don't blame you. But my name is Lizzy Wurst. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button to join the Wurst family on YouTube. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps going in and out. I am sitting right by a window and it's just natural lighting, so it's gonna keep doing that. I feel like I can't just jump into what I wanna talk about without saying I am incredibly so sorry to every single one of you that look forward to my videos. A lot of who I thought I was came from other people's opinions, and I needed to sit back, take a little break, and focus on me and think about who I am to myself, not what you think of me. You're gonna think of me what you want, how you want, when you want, and there's literally nothing I can do about that. I'm not gonna stress about that no more. I've spent so much of my time stressing about what people have to think about me or say about me because I care. I care too deeply. That is one thing that I sat back and worked really hard on, is learning that it is okay to care, but learning what I should be caring about and implementing into my real life. I know who I am. I think I need lip gloss, give me a second. Now I want to restart the video because my lips probably look crusty dusty, but I like this intro. And with all of that, I can say that I am beyond proud of myself for the woman that I am today, because no matter what you guys say in this comment section, I'm not going to allow it to hurt me. Me, a year ago, reading the comments that people were saying on my YouTube video, I would cry. I'd get mad. I would think that that's so true. Not everything you read online is true, especially what people say about you. I will say that I have had a lot of fear when it comes to setting up this camera like this and sitting back in front of the camera. But a lot recently, I've been telling myself that fear is the #1 dream killer, and that is so true. When you're scared to do something, you come up with every excuse in the book not to do it. And I notice that's what I've been doing. Oh, my hair doesn't look good today. Oh, I got a pimple on my forehead. Oh, my head hurts. Get it the f done. Get it done. I still needed to take the break that I did, but more recently, when I got the motivation to get back into YouTube, I was coming up with excuses as to why I just wouldn't set up this camera. And I realized it was because I was scared. I had fear. I was scared of what? What is there to be scared of? I am back and I cannot wait to continue posting on YouTube. This makes me feel so good inside to talk to the camera. I just want to jump on this thing like a trampoline because I'm so excited. I miss you guys so much. Along this past year with a lot of my healing, a lot of people would tell me just don't read your comments, don't read what they say, don't listen to them. It's hard. I care so deeply what you guys think about my content in a way that I want to know if, oh, they really just aren't interested in that. If I'm interested in it, regardless, I'm sorry, I'm gonna upload it because I care about it. But let's say I'm sitting there doing a makeup tutorial and you guys just aren't interested in it, I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to do my makeup on camera. I'm not a beauty guru on YouTube, so that's not something that I need to do. I don't have a specific thing that I want this YouTube channel to be. Let me make that so loud and clear. Tomorrow I could be on a dirt bike recording that, vlogging my whole day. And then the week after I could be getting my nails done, getting my hair done. Like, I don't have a specific thing I want this channel to be. I just want it to be my life, what I'm doing. Come along for the journey. If you don't want to, it's okay. But I'm back. I am so much better than the last time you guys saw me. I masked a lot of my feelings. You guys don't know a lot of the mental struggles that I went through. And the reason that is because I really try to be so positive online. There's no need to come on here to be negative when you guys are trying to escape your reality and come see someone else. And I just don't want to make the way I feel when I watch videos, if somebody's struggling or having a hard time, I feel so deeply for them and I care, and sometimes it can ruin my day. So I don't want to do that to you guys if you guys are the way I am and you just care so deeply about people you don't know. I just want to be positive, happy, and of course if I'm sad or upset about something, I might let you know, but I'm really gonna just stick to being positive. Now with that being said, this video is going to end positive, but everything I'm going to talk about isn't so positive right now. What I want to talk about in today's video is Mr. Theo. You guys know Theo and Bella. If you don't, they're my dogs right here. Well, Theo, he has been a mess. He is my trouble child. That is for sure. I have tried multiple times to think of where I want to start with this story. I just don't know where, so I'm just going to start at the very beginnings. So we're going to go all the way back to December 9th, 2022. We woke up, it was a normal day. Theo hops down off the bed, Bella hops down off the bed, and Theo's acting weird. He's looking at me, he don't want to move. I'm like, come on Theo, what's wrong? He's trying, he just don't want to move. Eventually I get him to move, and when he starts walking, my heart immediately dropped. The best way I can explain this for you guys to envision how he was walking is think of how a model, when they walk, they cross their legs like this, right? One in front of the other. Dogs aren't supposed to do that when they walk, and that's what his back legs were doing. I apologize in advance if I do cry. I cannot tell this story without crying because it literally breaks my heart. So immediately I knew, ooh, God, I am so sorry, I did not expect to cry already. So immediately I knew something was wrong and that I had to take him to the hospital. So I take him to the vet, they're examining him, and they didn't have a neurologist at the first vet that I went to. So they recommended me a different vet to go to that was about an hour away from my house. So I went there because I had the neurologist. They did the exam. What they thought it was invertebral disc disease. And with that, they have to do an MRI to fully see if that's exactly what it was. But the hardest part about that was when you do an MRI on a dog, they have to be put under anesthesia because they can't move. When we get MRIs, we're so tempted to move. Dogs, they just don't understand. So you have to give them anesthesia. And they said that if it was the disc disease, they're gonna have to go straight from the MRI into immediate surgery because he's already put under the anesthesia. They're not gonna wake him up and then put him back under. And that's exactly what ended up having to happen. He went into surgery. When he came home, he had to be caged for a month straight. That was probably one of the hardest things I had to watch him go through. I knew I had to cage him for a month straight for his healing journey, but the way it made me feel on the inside, because I just can't explain that to him. I can't sit there and say, hey, you're gonna be allowed out in a month, but we're just gonna keep you in here so we can get you healthy, get your back better. Like, you can't explain that to a dog. They don't know. They're like, huh? What is she saying? Okay, where's my treat? They don't know, they don't care. So he ended up healing up pretty well. I have ramps all over my apartment for him to run up and down so he does not hop or jump on and off furniture, which of course he's a dog. He has slipped in a handful of times jumping on and off the furniture. He's a dog. It is very hard to untrain a dog to not be a dog. He was doing good. A year goes by, he's doing good. 2 years go by. We're back to where we were. And this time it was a lot more scarier. This time we woke up, he was fine, walking around doing his thing. He went to the bathroom, he was fine. Acting, it was another normal day. Around noonish, he started acting weird. Acting the same exact way he did the morning it happened the first time. I tell him to come here, and his legs start crossing. They start crossing, and my heart immediately sinks. Because now I'm educated. I'm educated enough now to understand what was happening. I lose it. I start bawling my eyes out because I'm just like, we were doing so good. And I immediately pick him up and take him right to the hospital. No ifs, ands, or buts. I just took him knowing what the outcome was gonna be. So I took him to the vet, and it was a different neurologist than the first time. This one said, we're gonna try to heal him through medication. Maybe he's inflamed and it's not the disc disease. Maybe he doesn't have a herniated disc. Maybe it's just something else. I took the medication, I brought him home, and he declined really bad within 7 hours. Like, I'm still beating myself up by not just going into the surgery, but if I could have healed him without going through that type of trauma, I was gonna do it. So 7 hours go by and he is clearly so uncomfortable. He is clearly in so much pain and he's on medication and it's not helping. I don't even want to explain what he was doing just because I'm gonna bawl my eyes out, and I need to get through the rest of this video. Just know he was showing me very clearly that he was so uncomfortable and he wasn't going to get better through medicine. So that night around midnight, I take him to the hospital. They call in the neurologist, they call in the whole team to come in and do his immediate surgery. Went through the same process, but this time was a little different. He was given a 50% chance of ever walking again. I still went through with the surgery because of course I'm not gonna get the positive 50 without doing it. Let me collect myself for a minute. I don't wanna sound like I'm whining this whole video. Give me 1 second. By the way, this happened on January 27th. So fortunately, we got the positive so far. We got the positive 50%. I am just going to continue what I'm doing and make him thrive. He's trying to be 2 steps ahead of himself right now, and I'm proud of him for it. He's not allowed to be, so it's like kind of hard to restrain him, but I'm proud of him. Let me go back because I am jumping around. Let me go back to when I brought him home from surgery the second time. I was terrified when I brought him home from surgery. He was in the hospital for 2.5 days after his surgery, and when I brought him home around 7 p.m. He could not control his bladder, which is a sign of being paralyzed. When I first picked him up from surgery, he's not allowed to walk. The most he was allowed to do was stand there to go to the bathroom, and then I'd have to pick him back up and go inside. That was his life for the first 3 weeks after his surgery. But when I first brought him home and he laid down, he could not control his bladder. He was peeing all over himself. He would lay down and just pee, and he would look and be like, oh, I'm peeing, which scared me because that's a sign of being paralyzed when you cannot control your bladder and you can't feel that you're peeing. So at this point, I was on a talking basis with my neurologist through text. She was texting me when Theo was being rolled into surgery saying like, we're about to do the surgery. Then when the surgery was done, she said the surgery is done. He is in the ICU or rehab, however she worded it. I texted the neurologist and I was like, hey, he cannot control his bladder. I explained the situation to her, and she said it wasn't normal. She told me to limit his water and stop giving him a specific medication and see how that works. I waited a couple hours and it's not changing. I was just listening to the doctor. She said maybe he just is finally peeing because he would not pee, drink, or eat in the hospital for them. So maybe he was just finally letting it all out. He felt comfortable too. By 3:30 in the morning, I was like, this is too much. I called the neurologist. I felt so bad calling her in the middle of the night, but I was like, he is like, it's not getting better. I don't know what to do. And she was like, if you want to take him to the hospital, go ahead. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take him right now. Like, that's just like what I know I needed to do in that time. I just knew she wasn't going to be in there. And he did not pee that entire car ride on the way back to the hospital. And then when I was in the waiting room, he was chilling. He didn't pee on himself, anything. And then when I finally got seen by a doctor, they did an ultrasound on his bladder just to make sure everything was okay, make sure there wasn't too much fluid in there. And they said everything looked normal, he was fine. And after that, he kind of just started to get better. I don't know, we still don't know what caused him to do that. He did have a catheter in a little before I picked him up. We didn't know if there was something with that was making him not be able to control his bladder because he was so used to just going whenever he wanted. But we're past that. He's controlling his bladder. Now, with that being said, with the whole pee situation, I can now go into his healing journey, what we've been doing, how he's been. I'm grabbing a blanket because I'm cold. This dog was on 5 different medications when I brought him home. A couple of them he got 3 times a day, and then the other ones he got 2 times a day, every 12 hours. The first night I brought him home, I did not sleep for 38 hours. I could not close my eyes and rest without thinking about him, thinking he's hurting, thinking the second I do get a little bit of rest, something's gonna happen. I was paranoid. I would not let him out of my sight for 38 hours, and then I just crashed. I had him in his cage. I allowed myself to just relax, and I finally dozed off for like an hour. It wasn't long, and I remember flinging up and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I fell asleep. And then ever since that, I really am finally just now being able to get back into a good sleep routine, because I was up in the middle of the night giving him medicine. When he first came home from the hospital, he was on 5 different medications, and he was getting his pain medication in the morning and then a pain medication at night. I could tell in the middle of the day that he was struggling with pain. So I asked the doctor what I should do, and she told me specific medications to be able to stagger them. Let me grab my phone to see what his schedule was like. Let me show you, hold on. I was staggering his medicine to the point where I would have to wake up at 3 a.m. and 6:45 a.m. every single day for, I think it was like 2 weeks straight, because that's the way his medicine was staggered, to keep a constant medication in his system of pain relief. Because going an hour or two without it, I felt like he was in so much pain. He just looked distraught. Like, mommy, where's my next dose? I'm in pain. I just lost my train of thought. We are moving past the medications. Just know I was on top of it, and I was up in the middle of the night randomly having to give him his medicine. So there's that. For the first week when I brought him home, it was just strictly resting. Unless he's going to the bathroom, he's in his cage. That was it. At his 1 week follow-up appointment, they showed me a couple stretches to like do with his legs to help extend them, help him stretch. And I've been doing that. With his stretches, I've been doing light therapy. Theo's neurologist recommended a laser treatment for him at home that I do, so I ordered that and I've been doing it at home. He's also in underwater treadmill therapy, and I can't help but smile when I say it because he's the cutest freaking thing in that treadmill. Let me show you right now.
He was a good boy, Theo. Good boy, honey.
Good boy.
Don't be lazy. Theo. Come on, bud. This way, baby.
Good boy.
Good boy, baby.
Good boy.
That's a good boy, Theo.
He has 3 sessions of that left, and from there, which I don't think he's going to need more treadmill therapy, she is going to tell me if she recommends him needing it or not. And she keeps telling me that he is doing so good. Not the neurologist, the one that does the underwater treadmill therapy with him. She's been telling me he is doing amazing and he is showing so much improvement, and I am gonna try not to cry again. I am just so happy that this is the outcome, because of course going into the surgery hearing he might have a 50-50 chance of walking again, and we got the positive end, is just like, I don't know besides the neurologist who to thank for that, because I just can't believe something so small is dealing with these types of problems. Like, it's so sad. I don't know, not being able to actually hear what he has to say just hurts my freaking heart. It really does. Unfortunately, along with all this positive, we still don't know what his future holds. Whoo! We're not gonna cry. He's doing good, and you're gonna keep the positive thoughts. That's all you can do. We don't know what the future holds. Don't stress about what it could not be. I am talking to myself. I am so sorry, but I'm gonna leave this in there to let you guys know what I've been doing to help me get through this. I've talked to myself so much to get through this. Believe it or not, he's physically healing. I am mentally healing, and he's mentally healing along with me. I know he is. That was very traumatic for him. And he knows that I care so much. I know he knows. The way that little boy looks at me, like, oh, I love him so much. You guys are also probably like, well, why aren't you with him right now? I'm not with him right now because I didn't want to get distracted at my house. I wanted to actually just come record this video for however long it's taken me to record it, and then go home. I just feel like I would have gotten too distracted. I would have cried a lot more with him being right next to me, and I just didn't want to cry the entire YouTube video and sound like I was whining. So that's why I don't have him here with me right now. He's at home, comfortable, sleeping, and when I'm done this video, that's exactly where I'm going, right to him. But for now, this is to break the ice and get back into posting on YouTube. So it might have been all over the place, but this has just been my reality for the past month. All over the place, so I'm sorry. I did do my best. I wrote a bunch of things on a whiteboard just in case I lost my train of thought, which I did multiple times, and then reading back on this, I got dusty. I used to do this all the time when I did sit-down videos. I would write on my whiteboard, and just in case I lost my train of thought, and I didn't put enough information on this because I lost my train of thought, looked over here for some redirection, and it didn't help. I knew that I was gonna be getting back into YouTube, not what was going to make me get back into YouTube, meaning Theo's situation. I didn't know that that was going to be my first sit down talk video. I knew then that I was getting back into YouTube 110%, because before then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go back to YouTube. But no, I love this. I miss you guys so much, so I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I think I'm at the point where I can slowly start to do my outro. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know it was all over the place, sad, happy. The emotions are flying, and that's okay. Just remember that I'm not going anywhere. What is this? I needed this to be able to get myself back into YouTube. Everyone always says, we don't care what you post, just upload it. So, it might have been all over the place, but I uploaded, and not yet. I'm speaking into the future. It is uploaded. You guys are watching this, but for me, I still have to go home, edit it, and do all that. So the anxiety with that is about to attack me. I know when I go to hit the post button on YouTube, my anxiety is gonna go through the roof. My hands are already sweating thinking about it. Like I said to you guys at the beginning of this video, I do not have a destination on what I want to do with this video. What? Like I said at the beginning of this video, I do not have a specific thing that I want to record. I just want to create. I have that flowing through me. My creative juices, they're flowing. So I just want to come back and screw the haters, honestly. They're going to be here anyway, so why am I allowing them to just not let me do what I want to do? I'm not doing that, no. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button so I know. Make sure you comment, let me know. I know I've said a lot of the time that I'm going to post and I haven't, so I don't blame you for being disappointed in me, being upset with me, but just know I was struggling mentally. And when I told you that I was going to be posting and uploading and I have something that I'm going to film, I was at a high in mental health for like 2 days. And then as soon as those 2 days were over, boom, I lost all motivation and got discouraged again. But I finally got to a solid point with my mental health that I feel confident in this again, and I'm happy, and I know I want this. I was at a point where I was like, do I even want to do YouTube? So I'm back. I have sat down and came up with a new outro that I want to do for you guys for whenever my time on earth is no longer here, but it might be my last video. So my new outro is going to be, thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every single one of you. This is not goodbye, this is see you later. I'm gonna start saying that at the end of every single video because I never know which one's gonna be my last. I love you guys. Bye.